The saga of the dump. I don't have to go out to the dump very much. Thank you very much. But there are times that I have to go out to the dump. And over the years, I've had to go out to the dump several times. And progressively, the dump has gotten to be more of just a bad place to go. It's just not an enjoyable experience to throw away your stuff anymore. Let me just start off by saying that.
Wait a second. You make it sound like at one point in time, the dump was like Disney World.
I wouldn't call it Disney World.
Hey, kids, we're going to the dump.
Hey, look, I will tell you this, though.
Let's go have some fun.
Okay.
Little picnic.
Let me tell the whole story then about the dump then. So before, when you used to go to the dump, you used to go in there, they used to weigh you. Then you used to drive into the huge bay.
Wait a minute. They weigh your vehicle.
Step on the scale, Mr. Snitker.
Not you personally.
Looks like you've been having some donuts since the last time we saw you.
Well, they weigh us both in and out, so that part doesn't matter because I'm still in the car.
So they weigh everybody that you're with, us both?
They weigh the vehicle.
Right, but that's...
Oh.
They weigh the vehicle.
There we go.
I said they weighed the vehicle.
No, you said they weigh you.
Oh.
Right.
All right, so they weighed the vehicle, then you drive in. Now then, back in the day, you would drive into this big, huge building where the dump trucks would go, and they would dump all the trash into this big, huge thing, and then they'd pick it up and they'd move it around.
Yeah, that's how it is.
You
in
saw
Pinellas.
Toy Story. That's the way it works.
No, they used to do that in Pinellas, too. I don't know if they still do.
So I used to be able to take the truck, drive up there, back off, throw everything off of your damn car, or if you were cool enough, you would actually take the bed down, go real fast a little forward, and it would slide off. Yeah. So you could do that. Now, I didn't like doing that. I would take the stuff out. So it wasn't even that long ago that I went up with my buddy Scotty, and we took out a bunch of wood that was at his house. And he had to pay for it then, which people were complaining about that you had to pay for. But, it's almost like a fee-for-service thing, but you're paying for it at the same time. If you get to go use that dump up there, I go, okay, cool, whatever. You got to pay for it. So we dump off stuff. But now they changed the rules on me.
This was last time you went.
This is the time before the last time I went. I go to the one entrance.
Alex is like a regular at the dump.
No, I'm not a regular, but I've gone a couple times. Sometimes you just got to throw crap out.
A year.
He likes to hang out there, folks. Don't let him kid you. He feeds the seagulls.
I don't like to hang out at the dump anymore. I'll tell you that right now. The dump was fun at one point, and its fun is over.
They've ruined it for him.
They have totally ruined the dump for me. So now I go, and you go to the same entrance that you would go to before, and you get there, and they're like, oh, we don't accept citizens at this entrance. I'm like, you don't accept citizens at this entrance. And this is the first time that I went, and then they go, you got to go around to the back. That's where you can go. So I'm like, where's the back at, man? Because I've never been to the back of this. I didn't realize the dump had a back, So he's like, well, no, you got to go around the back. So I'm like, all right. So I drive around, and I finally get to the back. And I get there, and they're like, now this time that I'm there, they let me go through, but I had to pay. So they're like, well, they weigh me.
Well, hang on a second. You missed an important part. The entrance that they didn't allow you in.
This is another story.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting to the third part.
All right.
Because now it'll make more sense.
This is a three-part story.
Now, this dump...
I had no idea the dump story was so intricate.
Oh, yeah. Well, the stuff I was bringing was a lot of different stuff that was in this mixed pot. In the stuff I was bringing in this trip right here, there was a lot of mixed stuff. Now, the way that the dump works now is more like a recycling place. So it's stations. So you have to sort. So you go to one station to drop off one kind of garbage, one other station to drop off other kind of garbage, one other station to drop off one other kind of garbage, and there's 5 or 6 different stations that you have to have, and you got to go to each one of them. Now, the people that are working at these things are working at a dump still, so they're not happy people to begin with because if your lot in life got you to be working at the dump, to be honest with you, you can't be that happy of a person to begin with. You're dealing with, for lack of a better term, shit all day.
Some people genuinely like garbage.
Maybe they do, and that's cool in the gang if they do. But you go from place to place with people that won't tell you what you're supposed to put in this place. They're like, well, this kind of stuff goes in there. And I'm like, well, I don't know what category this thing fits in, man. It's garbage to me. Oh, no, don't put that there. You got to go all the way to the other side of the building or the other side of the whole facility, which is like half a mile away, to go dump that off there because you can't put this metal in this thing right here.
It's the wrong kind of metal.
Yeah, it's the wrong kind of metal, right? So I'm getting pissed at this point. Like, I'm mad already that I got to
hang on a second. In the recycling, they actually have you separate by not only by this is metal, this is plastic, this is wood, but the
'Cause
types of metal.
Oh, yeah, like I had a
industrial
tire.
Like this
metal.
is copper, this is aluminum.
Well,
No.
no. No.
There's
that-
industrial metal, and then there's like household metal.
Yeah, that's the way
What?
that they would work it.
Yeah.
Well, wait a second. It would make sense if they were separating the steel from the aluminum, from
No.
the copper, from the tin,
They consider it household, industrial.
But it could be the same materials.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which is why the frustration comes when you go, but that doesn't make any sense.
It's like
that
if you
doesn't
bring a
make any
tire,
sense.
there's a tire spot.
Okay, I
You know.
understand. They chop up tires and use them for other things.
Yeah.
Kind of makes sense, yeah.
Well, they sell it to make more money,
For mulch.
even
Yeah.
though they're charging you to get there. You're paying for the privilege as they're making money
But,
off
okay,
of your privilege.
so that was the time before this
So that was the time. Well, let me get to the
Okay.
end of this. So I go to the wood area, right? And they're like, well, you need to go over to that wood area and drop the wood off over there, right? So I pull back into the wood area and I start dropping stuff off. And I have this big, you know how you have like the really big, huge industrial like moving vehicles, whatever you call them. It's
Like
not
a
a
box
fork.
truck.
It's not a forklift, but it has forks on the front, but it's 2 stories tall.
right. Yeah.
Okay.
A big forklift.
Yeah. One of those vehicles, the guy that's in it is and again, I'm already on edge. So the guy looks like he's saying something to me. I'm pulling the wood out of there, pulling the wood out, and I hear that he honked his horn. He's doing this at me or something like that. And
He was waving, folks, for those of you in Radio Land.
yeah, I get out of the vehicle with one of the pieces of wood that I have, and I throw it on the ground almost at the vehicle, and I start walking to the vehicle, and I'm yelling at the vehicle, and the guy can hear me. I think he can. I was loud enough where I think he could. I go, where the fuck do you want me to go, man? I'm here. They said to come here. I'm right here. What do you need? What am I doing wrong? Just shut up already, you know? And I'm yelling at the guy, right? Guy finally opens it up and goes, I don't know what you're yelling at, man. I wasn't even talking to you. So I'm like, screw you anyway. I get back and I do all the vehicle stuff, and then I leave that day, right? So now I don't want to go back to this I don't want to go back to this place again, right? But Mom, my grandmother, or my mother,
Your mother.
has a couch that she needs to have thrown away. And so I told her I'll throw it away. Now this thing's been sitting outside for a couple weeks.
Because he's been putting off going to the dump.
Yeah,
to throw
because
it
I don't
away.
want to be in a bad mood again.
Right.
Because the dump pisses me off now. It used to be a fun place. They've ruined it.
Well, and
I
there
love the
was-
fact that the dump used to be a fun place.
Anytime you could just see all the big stuff and like you see the big trucks dumping everything and like it was fun. I thought that was.
But and
neat.
there was there was like pieces of like cubicles and stuff that we had and that
Yeah.
needed to get dumped. So I tell him I'll help you. We'll go and get the couch and dump this stuff and let's go to the dump before we have to go. We had something else to go to later on. Some picnic
Yeah,
that
a
we had to
picnic.
go.
Yeah.
So we get up early in the morning and we get everything together and we go and drive to the dump.
Now you got to remember, mind you, the dump is owned or is managed by the government. The county commission is the one that manages the dump, and
Sure.
so all the people there,
It's all government
and
facility.
all the rules and all of that is the county government that deals with it.
Right.
So we get there
With the sofa in the back
with
of
the
the truck.
sofa in the back of the truck, and now I went to the other entrance again because I forgot about the entrance. And he's like, no, citizens aren't allowed here. I said, and I yell at the guy because I'm getting even more angry, even though I was told to go around before. I go, yeah, the serfs can't use this entrance. The serfs got to go around the back, right, guy?
Now there's nobody there.
Well,
Right.
the guy was there. He heard it.
Well, no, I know, but what I'm saying
There's
is not
there's
like
not
we
like
were-
there's a line of traffic.
not like
or
we
There's
were
anything.
no one
backing
there.
up a line.
And
There's
don't
no one
both
there.
entrances end up at the same place?
Yeah.
No,
No, they
Oh, they
do.
don't?
no,
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
no, not anymore.
All
Not
right.
anymore. You used to be
used
able
it.
to go either way, but now that whole staging area has been built now.
Oh, okay.
You know, your 5 levels of death garbage, game that you have to play is all in this area right here now.
So we
It's like game of death.
so we go around to what is considered the back, but I would consider the side. And as we're pulling in, I look around and I'm like, there's woods before you get to the entrance. And I'm like, well, this is eerie. Like, these woods are so, like, perfect that it's like Disney woods. And anyone who doesn't, if you've ever been to Disney, like, every tree is strategically placed. Like, it's not real woods. It's, like, almost like they've,
Like manufactured
woods so that you feel like you're outdoors. And I'm like, I'm a little disturbed that the woods on the way to the garbage dump look so pristine.
Yeah. So we get there. We go to this part where they're going to weigh you, and one of the city employees comes out. She's like, where'd you get the garbage from? Or where'd you get the sofa from?
No, she said, "What is that? And where'd you get it?" She didn't know it was a sofa.
What is it and where'd you get it? I go, it's a sofa. Or no, I think I instantly was a jerk. No, I think I was
You were
instantly
like,
a jerk.
"Are you asking me where I got my garbage from?"
Yeah. She's like, yeah, where'd you get your garbage from? And she was serious.
Hey.
I go, it doesn't matter where I got the garbage from. I'm here to drop it off. You know, they're like, well, you got to be a citizen of Pasco County. I need to see your driver's license.
She didn't say that for a while. For a while, she just kept saying, "You have to tell me where you got that."
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you where I get
we
the garbage.
originally purchased a sofa at Rooms to Go. However, the fabric, I think, is from a cotton field in
Malaysia.
Mississippi. The lumber is from North Carolina, and it was assembled in Georgia before it got to the Rooms to Go plant.
Yeah.
So does that give you enough background on the sofa that I'm trying to throw away?
Yeah.
She was
Yeah,
so
mind you, I'm at the dump with a sofa that's been outside for a month.
that's mildewed all over.
Yeah.
And she's going, "You have to tell me where you got this from."
Yeah.
Finally, and now I normally stay pretty calm in these situations where I'm like, "Oh my God, Alex, let's just tell her so we can go." But
I don't know that I would have understood the question,
Well,
quite
that's
frankly.
what happened because he kept
Where
saying-
did this come from?
He was like, "It's
Originally?
garbage. It
Yeah.
came from garbage. I don't know what you want from me." So she goes, and she kept saying, "I have to know. I was in trouble for not finding out where someone brought their garbage from." and so finally, I'm like, "I don't what is the goal here? Because you're
What
not
are you trying to
communicating well."
accomplish
And now
by asking this
now
question?
I'm yelling. And she's like, "Well, we don't charge if you're a Pasco County resident." So now we're like, "Oh."
So
he
the
pulls
question
out
was really, are you a
Are
Pasco
you
County
a
resident?
Well, no. Remember, there's a couple stipulations. There's not just one.
But then she got to the rest because now you're showing her your driver's license, and I'm like, "You didn't ask for ID. You didn't ask him if he's a resident." Now I'm mad and I'm yelling, and he's like, "Here's my license. Here it is. I'm from Pasco," and he's like trying to show her, and she's still not looking because she goes, "I still need to know where this came from," and we're like, "The hell is your problem? Why do you need to know where it came from?" And then finally she says, "Because I don't charge you if it came from your house, but I have to charge you if it came from a rental."
Yeah.
So all of this, "Tell me where your garbage came from," she could have just said, "Hey, are you bringing this from a rental or is it from your house?"
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, it's a dumb rule because all you got to do is lie. Right. Like, here's the thing. There's no documentation you can prove that it came from your house or a rental. All you can say is, "Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff in my house. I had to throw it out." That's all you got to say. And if you keep coming back, you can go, "Yeah, I get a lot of stuff, man. I just got to throw it all out, man."
You can tell them you found it on the side of the road and you were just doing a good deed.
That would have charged you.
That would have charged
That
you.
would have charged you.
Really?
Oh, yeah. That would have charged you.
Yeah.
Now, legitimately, we got this coming out of a house, so it's not like we had to lie anyway, though.
Right.
But now that I know this rule.
In a house in Pasco County.
In a house
Right.
yeah, because here's the thing. When I get a big sofa that I got to throw away, my first thought is I should go to Hernando and throw that away in the next county up because Pasco County's dump is just not the right kind of dump for my sofa.
Well, wait a second. You have so many stipulations about the dump. That is completely plausible. For all we know, Hernando or Polk or Hillsborough or Pinellas
Still has
might
the
have a
fun
fun dump.
You think so?
You might want to try it out. Hell, it could be back to the old days of family picnics in the
No,
dump.
like government, I believe we got to fix our own local government first, and I can't be using garbage facilities from other counties. That is not working on our problems in Pasco.
You know what? How about a competing private dump?
Well, that's what they need because
Yeah.
I got to tell you, these people were,
And actually, you could put a house on it, and then so you could actually charge people to come dump all their stuff with no stipulations
Right.
at this facility, load it up on trucks, take it to the actual dump, and say, "This is all coming from my house," because technically it would be.
It would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. Let's
There
do
you
it.
go. Let's do it.
I could. Yeah, I'm drawing up a business
I
plan.
really don't want to be in the garbage business at all. A little bit.
Oh, come on. Bum, bum, bow, now.
No.
Bum, bum, bow. Shut up, dummy.